Don't let them disappear. 12 Endangered Species Across the Globe. Written by Chelsea Clinton. Illustrated by Gianna Marino. There are animals on every continent and in every ocean on Earth. Tall ones and short ones, massive ones and smaller ones, animals with long necks and long legs, animals that are strong and not so strong. Every animal species is unique and important to life on Earth. Some are almost gone and could become extinct if we don't act now to save them. Key: some animals are more in danger of disappearing than others. Conservationists who study endangered animals classify the level of their risk of extinction on the scale of not endangered to extinct. Not vulnerable. Most animals, though every year most species are added to the categories below. Nearly vulnerable. Animals that are on their way to having fewer than 10,000 left. Vulnerable. Fewer than 10,000 left. If nothing is done, they could be extinct in the wild within 100 years. Endangered. Fewer than 2,500 left. If nothing is done, they could be extinct in the wild within 20 years. Critically endangered. Fewer than 250 left. If nothing is done, they could be extinct in the wild within 10 years. Extinct in the wild. Animals live only in captivity. Extinct. No remaining animals on Earth. Long before the sun is up, giraffes wake early to get a head start on the day's work of walking, eating, and staying away from predators. Towers of giraffes will walk 9 miles or more every day to find all the food they need to eat. Even though they are the tallest animals on Earth, with the longest necks, they use their nearly 2-foot-long tongues to reach even higher for the leaves that make up most of their diet. Every giraffe has a unique pattern of spots to help hide from predators. But giraffes don't rely solely on their spots for protection. A single giraffe kick can kill a lion. Don't let them disappear. Range: Central, Eastern, and Southern Africa. Endangered status: vulnerable. Why? Habitat destruction, poaching, war, and climate change. Waking up with the sun, gorillas leave their nest to find food before they'll need to rest again as the day heats up. While gorillas mainly eat plants, they sometimes snack on small insects too. It's hard work gathering the dozens of pounds of food that adult gorillas need to consume each day. Gorilla moms carry their babies on their chests or backs, and a troop of gorillas communicates by using sounds and facial expressions similar to the way we do. In captivity, some gorillas have even been taught to use sign language. Language is not the only thing humans and gorillas share. Gorillas can also catch human diseases, even a cold, which can be deadly. Don't let them disappear. Range: Central Sub-Saharan Africa. Endangered status: critically endangered. Why? Habitat destruction, poaching, and war. Blue whales are the largest animals the world has ever seen. Whales are mammals like us, but unlike us, blue whales have to focus on breathing, which means they can never be fully asleep. They take in oxygen from water and air, and when they breathe out, the vapor can soar up to 30 feet high, making them visible, including to the whalers who almost hunted them to extinction 50 years ago. They tend not to travel in big pods, preferring to swim alone or in pairs. That doesn't mean they're not in touch though. Blue whales communicate with one another up to 1,000 miles away, at a frequency too low for humans to hear and in a language scientists are still working to understand. But scientists can sense their heartbeats from up to 20 miles away. Don't let them disappear. Range: every ocean except the Arctic. Endangered status: endangered. Why? Historically, hunting. Now, with hunting outlawed, blue whale numbers are growing. By the time the sun comes up, rhinoceroses have long been grazing. Sleeping only during the hottest periods of the day, rhinos spend most of their time eating or rolling in mud to stay cool. The mud also acts as sunscreen and shields rhinos' skin from bugs. While rhinos spend little time together in a crash or a group, they are often found in the company of oxpeckers, which are birds that sit on rhinos' backs eating bugs. Oxpeckers also warn rhinos if danger is approaching. That's particularly helpful to rhinos because their eyesight isn't very good, though their sense of smell and hearing are strong. Rhinos have very thick skin and their horns are made from keratin, just like our fingernails and hair. Don't let them disappear. Range: Eastern and Southern Africa, Northern India, Southern Nepal, Indonesia, and Malaysia. Endangered status: critically endangered. Black rhinos, Sumatran rhinos, Javan rhinos, and northern white rhinos. Nearly vulnerable. Southern white rhinos, vulnerable. Indian rhinos. Why? Poaching and habitat loss. Although giant pandas spend most of their time alone, in the afternoon you might find an embarrassment of giant pandas eating lots of bamboo together. They need to eat so much bamboo, more than 25 pounds a day, because it's not very nutritious. Unlike other bears, giant pandas do not hibernate or roar, but they do squeak and growl and use scents to communicate with one another. While they are born pink, the distinctive black and white fur they later grow is a form of camouflage, helping giant pandas blend in with shadows in their native bamboo forests. They rarely need the camouflage though, since they have very few animal predators. Don't let them disappear. Range: Central China. Endangered status: vulnerable. Why? Habitat loss. Whale sharks are the biggest fish in the world and may be one of the few animals who never sleep, no matter what time of day or night it is. From the moment they are born, whale sharks never stop swimming. Alive when dinosaurs roamed the earth, sharks have been around for hundreds of millions of years. They don't have a single bone in their bodies. Whale shark skeletons are made up of cartilage, the same substance that's in our noses and ears. No matter where they are, shivers of whale sharks can sense a drop of blood if it is in the water nearby, though they eat mainly plankton. Don't let them disappear. Range: close to the equator in oceans worldwide. Endangered status: endangered. Why? Hunting, collisions with boats, and being trapped in fishing nets. In the Arctic, for much of the year, day and night do not have the same meaning they do in other places on Earth. In the summer, it's light for nearly 24 hours a day. In the winter, it's dark all day. Celebrations of polar bears sleep when seals, their main food, are sleeping. Most of their seal hunting takes place underwater. To withstand below freezing temperatures above and below water, polar bears have 2 layers of fur. Their fur gives them their whitish coloring. Their skin is black. Polar bears have good eyesight to help distinguish different shades of white on the ice and can smell seals up to 20 miles away. Don't let them disappear. Range: the Arctic across the United States, Alaska, Canada, Denmark, Greenland, Norway, and Russia. Endangered status: vulnerable. Why? Climate change, habitat loss, and less prey to eat. As the sun begins to set, lionesses head out to hunt antelopes, buffalo, wildebeest, zebras, and giraffes to feed their pride. But they don't hunt all day. Lionesses can sleep for more than 15 hours each day. Male lions sleep even longer, up to 20 hours a day, even though they rarely hunt. Both lions and lionesses will fight to protect their pride. A male lion's mane provides extra protection and also shows how old a lion is. The darker the mane, the older the lion. Lions and lionesses communicate with one another in many ways, including by roaring. A lion's roar can be heard from 5 miles away, helping members of their pride who might have wandered off to find their way back or helping hunters find them. Even though they are called the king of the jungle, they are still not safe from harm. Don't let them disappear. Range: Sub-Saharan Africa, India. Endangered status: endangered Asiatic lions. Vulnerable African lions. Why? Conflict with human neighbors, less prey to eat, poaching, and habitat loss. A romp of sea otters settles down to sleep by lying on their backs and wrapping themselves in kelp so they don't have to worry about floating out to sea. If there's no kelp nearby, and sometimes even if there is, otters will join together, making a raft for stability and security. Sea otters use rocks to crack open the clams and other shellfish they like to eat. If a sea otter finds a particularly useful rock, it will travel with it and use it over and over again. After every meal, sea otters wash their paws and fur. No easy task given that they have more hair on a small patch of skin than we have on our heads. Don't let them disappear. Range: across the North Pacific Ocean, from Japan and Russia to the United States and Canada, possibly as far as Mexico. Endangered status: endangered. Why? Pollution, less prey to eat, habitat loss, and poaching. As the sun sets, orangutans prepare nests in the trees, sometimes building roofs to cover the mattresses they have woven out of branches and leaves. Like us, orangutans prefer to sleep in protected spaces. Unlike us, their arms are longer than their bodies to help them navigate from branch to branch, tree to tree. Orangutans tend to spend more time on their own than in groups, and much of that time is spent climbing, sitting, and swinging high above the ground. When a congress of orangutans is together, they communicate with sounds, facial expressions, and gestures like we do. Their similarities to us are reflected in their name. Orangutan means person of the forest in Malay, the language spoken in orangutans' native Malaysia. Don't let them disappear. Range: Sumatra, Indonesia, and Borneo, Indonesia and Malaysia. Endangered status: critically endangered. Why? Habitat loss and poaching. Bornean orangutans only. When night has fallen, tigers wake up to hunt. Their night vision is up to 6 times more powerful than ours is. As the biggest cats on earth, tigers need a lot of meat to stay healthy and strong. They hunt mainly for deer, wild pigs, antelope, and water buffalo. Tigers are good athletes and can jump more than 15 feet in 1 pound and run more than 40 miles per hour over short distances. Unlike most other cats, they love water and can swim more than 3 miles at a time. Generally solitary animal, tiger moms and cubs together form a streak, each with their own distinct pattern of brown, black, or gray stripes. Don't let them disappear. Range: South and Southeast Asia, China, and Russia. Endangered status: endangered. Why? Poaching and habitat loss. Late at night, elephant herds are fast asleep, enjoying their second sleep of the day. The first comes when the sun is high and hot. The largest animals on land, elephants, have trunks that can weigh 400 pounds and can be more than 6 feet long. Elephants use their trunks to sense an object's size, shape, and temperature, and they use them like a snorkel when swimming. All elephants have trunks, but not all elephants have tusks, the very long teeth that help them find food and water. Elephants have a range of emotions like we do, including love, compassion, and grief. They even cry over their lost loved ones years after they've gone. Don't let them disappear. Range: Sub-Saharan Africa, South and Southeast Asia. Endangered status: endangered Asian elephants. Vulnerable African elephants. Why? Poaching and habitat loss. Let's make a pledge as fellow inhabitants of planet Earth that we won't let any of these species disappear. Why are they endangered? There are many reasons the animals in this book are endangered, which have been highlighted on each page. Here's a bit more information about some of the main ones. Global warming leads to warmer oceans and less sea ice, which is a particular challenge for polar bears. Water pollution makes it harder for sea otters to find the food they need. Overfishing of krill is a challenge for blue whales because there's less of their main source of food. Poaching, which is hunting that's against the law, is a threat to all animals that some people think are worth more dead than alive. This includes tigers, whose teeth, eyes, and bones are wrongly believed to have magical powers, elephants, whose tusks are prized for their ivory, rhinos, whose horns some people wrongly think have medicinal properties, and mountain gorillas for their meat. Legal hunting is a problem for animals in some places, including whale sharks, which are killed to make shark fin soup, as well as giraffes and lions, which are killed because some people think their heads and tails make great trophies. Clearing land for farming and development is shrinking many animals' habitats, including orangutans, whose treetop homes are being cut down for palm oil plantation, and giant pandas, whose bamboo forest homes are being cut down for buildings, homes, and roads. All these things can be changed though, and if we all work together to make those changes, eventually these animals won't be endangered anymore. What can you do? If you and your family want to help animals like the ones in this book, here are some things you can do. Talk to your friends about the animals in this book and why they are so special. Support zoos and visit the animals there. Tell your family they shouldn't buy jewelry, trophies, or anything else made from endangered animals. Recycle whenever you can to help fight global warming. Never throw trash in the ocean or anywhere but a recycling bin or trash can. Help plant trees in your community to fight climate change. Celebrate animals on their special days. February 27th, International Polar Bear Day. March 16th, National Panda Day. May 18th, Endangered Species Day. Last Wednesday in May, World Otter Day. June 21st, World Giraffe Day. July 14th, Shark Awareness Day. July 29th, International Tiger Day. August 10th, World Lion Day. August 12th, World Elephant Day. August 19th, World Orangutan Day. September 22nd, World Rhino Day. September 24th, World Gorilla Day. The end. We can work together to change the future.